Right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining the session. My name is Hazmin. So I'll do a bit of intro before we go into the slide. Okay. So let's see a bit of introduction from my deck. Yeah, play the video, yeah. No sound.
In history, now more than ever, cities have the potential to usher in a new era of well-being, resource efficiency, and economic growth.
1 in 10 people 100 years ago lived in a city. Today, about 5 out of 10 people live in cities, and in the not too distant future, 7 or 8 out of 10 people will live in a city. And at this moment in our history, there is a huge set of challenges, but we have amazing opportunities to change our world, change cities for the better.
In Barcelona, the future is now. More than 500 cities got together to make sure urban leaders have the right tools to improve people's lives. Across 5 continents, innovative governments are leading the way. The city of Puebla, Mexico, automated accounting processes to ensure transparency in public spending.
Well, transparency is important because you can mitigate corruption, you can mitigate other secondary costs like time and inequality.
The city of Kiev, Ukraine, is also knocking out administrative inefficiency with the help of technology.
We implemented platform of e-services and platform in e-democracy projects. Yeah, like e-petitions, like participating budget. Now Kiev citizen able to vote how much money and for which needs they would like to spend.
As cities thrive, citizens win.
Technology is fundamental to delivering the future cities, where we will all be able to prosper, where we will have better quality of life, where we will feel more safe, we'll feel more resilient. This is the time to act.
Right. So today my session will be Future Cities and Startup Collaboration. If you notify that I'm representing ACP, just want to check who does know ACP? Or maybe have you heard about ACP? Just raise up a bit of your hand so I know a bit of who gonna know what I'm just trying to say, and if not, okay, so we have less than 5%. Right, so ACP is a software company, a global software company originated from a German company. So our core products are ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Enterprise resource planning consists of accounting, human resource, procurement, asset management. So in an easier understanding is that all application that is needed at your back offices, right? So these are not application or solutions that going to provide at the front end application or going to be a touch point application for people or for customers. So that is our core products. And for you guys who have heard about SAP and why is it Future Cities? If you know SAP is on ERP, so why am I today going to talk about Future Cities? Or why SAP call it as for Future Cities? Why not Smart City? As usual, people going to always introduce that. I'm going to explain that later, but let me just explain why we are now on Future Cities or more into Smart Cities right now. SAP has evolved, SAP has innovated because we understand that for you to be more bringing value to people and customers and getting all the demands and be relevant in the market, we need to change. So we have evolved from ERP software company to a very niche solutions industry. So now SAP are in oil and gas industry, we are in telecommunication industry, we are in utilities industry, we are in defense industry, and we are also into local council, future city, you name it. So that's how the organization, as big as SAP, has changed. So what I'm trying to say here is that in order for you to be relevant in the market, you need to adopt change, and you need to be able to do that immediately, very fast. And today, I'm just going to share with you how SAP in adopting Future Cities initiative, and also how we look at collaboration with startups is very, very important, because we can't work alone. Even big organizations like us, we work closely with partners, we work closely with customers, we work closely with entrepreneurs, startups, to bring our solution to the next level. At the same time, be able to support localized. I mean, we are too big, we are everywhere, but every country, every city is different, right? So we understand that. So that's where I think the topic here, Future Cities, is relevant. And I'll also bring to you some of the initiative and technology that we have in our solutions or in our portfolio, and where do you want to get involved with the startups and entrepreneurs, right? So I'm actually a Director of Business Development from SAP Malaysia. I'm also a Future City expert for Southeast Asia. I usually look into public services segment, which is a lot related to governments. So that is my specialization, right? Hope that's clear up a bit why SAP, why Future City, and how does that relate to a startup collaboration. Well, even though you think that, maybe some of you think that you know SAP and it is an ERP, we are have spent 20 years, more than 20 years, on building solutions on future cities. So it's not new to us. We know that that is coming. Last 20 years, we already think about it. And we keep on evolve, we keep on changing, we keep on innovate our products. So it's not new to us. It's not like we already started like last year or within like 5 years. No, it's last 20 years. We have now been working not only with the government, we've been working with industries. We've been working with Mercedes in Germany on how to build an autonomous mobile, right? So that's how serious we are. We have almost 4,500 customers around the world, and there are customers around the world. Top 10 cities are SAP's customers. So we are in the ecosystem of smart cities or future cities, right? So when I also understand that today I'm not going to be too techy. My slides, my information here are not techy. So areas that we look into future cities, I'm not going to talk about solutions. I'm going to talk about what are the outcomes from the solutions that we provide. Right? That is important. When you talk to your customers, it's not about what is your product. What does your product can do and deliver to your customers? So what does SAP Product Smart City do? We build citizen services. We provide citizen services. We look into safety and security in a local council or in a city. We build a good governance in the local councils so they'll be more transparent. People can know how does the government spend their budget, spend their money, and how does that flow. And looks into transport and mobility. Cities are having a lot of challenges in transportation. traffic. People are increasing. Like we are looking at maybe 8 out of 10 people will be living in the cities. And the reason is why maybe there is more job opportunity, there is more vibrant in the city, there is more traction that you can do in the city. So we know that is coming. So we address all these areas. And of course, infrastructure. We are not talking about SAP building a huge, another twin tower, no. We are talking about how we're going to make that twin tower is a smart twin tower. How are we going to make this building as a smart building? How are we going to put some sensors that actually can help you be more cost saving and efficient? So that's more infrastructure. So we want to make sure that whatever that you deliver most will be most lively, smartest, and most resilient. And from the perspective of every city, they want to be different, and it's always different. A city of Kuala Lumpur and a city in Kuching or Kota Kinabalu is different. They have different priority. It depends on your geographical, depends on your impact, or maybe your any priority that you want. So every city is unique. So it has to be a differentiator, and you want to do that to be different, to be a differentiator. So you need to achieve a smart growth within your ecosystem. You need to maintain that. I mean, you might have a plan, but that plan maybe a 5 years or 10 years plan. But how can you achieve? Like Malaysia now, we are talking about 2050, TN50. That is 30 years. Can you build a plan for 30 years? Yes, you can, but you need to do it in phases, right? So you need to be able to achieve a smart growth on that. And now we are in the challenge of do more with less, right? Limited budget, constraint on budget, but you need to deliver more value. So how do you want to do that? So this is at the mind of your customers. So you need to understand that. So, and of course, continuous support, win their support. So if from our perspective, if we understand this is our customer mindset, we could actually win their heart. Well, we believe there is no single smart city in the world. We are now talking about how city gonna connect with other cities, how Kuala Lumpur gonna connect with Beijing or Sydney or the other city around the world and be able to be a global city, right? So we are talking about globalization. And how does that run better with others? A collaboration. So we are not talking about cities collaboration within Malaysia. We are talking about cities collaboration out from Malaysia, Southeast Asia, Asia Pacific. So that's how you actually bring out your businesses within that region. You may feel that some of your businesses may not relevant to Malaysia at this point of time, but it is relevant in Southeast Asia. The adoption by other countries are much more higher. So that's where cities connectivity with other regions is important. So you might get your customer outside Malaysia before you actually have more customers in Malaysia, right? So from our point of view, we invest in future capabilities, SAP. We build strong partnership with startups, entrepreneurs, companies, partners, right? And how we do that, we navigate the digital economy. So it's a win-win situation within the ecosystem. Every city, as I mentioned just now, that they are unique. They have different vision, actually. They are not the same. And every vision have different drive of change. And sometimes you want to know who do you need to engage. Is it the mayor? Is it the CIO? Or is it the business user? So it varies along the organization. It depends on how you want to tap into what you are trying to propose to your customers, right? So a bit of areas that we have implemented. These are some of our reference cases that we've implemented in the city of Boston. We built a citizen platform. So in this platform, basically, it's not just a portal. It is an interaction portal where actually citizens can provide their feedback. They actually can, like, for example, if you pay some, you've been paying taxes and quick rents, and you think that your money should be invested in education, right? So you can put that feedback in this portal, and the government will take it as, okay, so if I see a lot of people want more education or more infrastructure or more facilities in the city, so whatever, it's about asking the people the right thing, right? So that is happened in the city of Boston, that's what we have done. Transport and mobility, we are talking just now, I mentioned about traffic management. This is crucial in the city. But not only about that, I think we are in Malaysia also adopting that. If you saw some old bike, motorbike, maybe you've been thinking, will that be relevant in Malaysia? I'm not going to cycle even from here to, I don't know, Starbucks with this weather. So some people might think that way. I think that way at one point of time. And I refuse to actually, even I'm a city expert, I refuse to use it. But this happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I went to China. Of course, the weather is a bit nice, and there is a motorbike. But I cycled about 7 kilometers, and it was like, I'm not fit. I'm not fit. So it's very challenging for me. Then I realized, hey, even though nice weather, but it's not about actually getting on the bike and you get sweat. It's about sometimes you have challenges of going from point A to point B, and you need to do it very fast. I know you can get a Grab car or Uber, but sometimes you have that challenges. That's an option. Option 2, mobile or O-bike, right? You can grab the bike, pay for 60 cents. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, if you need to be there at one point of time, go for it. So that's how, the things change. When you want to do some things, you cannot depend on something else. When there is an opportunity, go and get it, and you can solve your issues getting from point A to point B. Doesn't matter, you get sweat, you're not fit, that is not the point. Once you reach that, that's problem number 2, okay? Either you get change or whatever. So that's how to commute people from point A to point B. That's transport and mobility. How giving an option to a citizen is very important. Public transport and roads. I mean, there's a lot of areas under this category. City of Nanjing, this is where we did it in Nanjing. I have a short video.
Nanjing, one of China's major cities. The former capital has a population of 8 million, growing fast. Already, traffic volume is immense, making it a huge challenge for the city government to ensure mobility of its citizens. Big data, the Internet of Things, and SAP HANA come to the rescue.
We want to help the government, help the people first to measure, to understand the traffic. Because if we can't measure it, we can't manage it.
Together with SAP, the city of Nanjing developed a next-generation solution. This includes sensors in all taxis and buses, as well as RFID chips in travel cards, all communicating automatically with traffic cameras.
All the information is there, but they don't have the ability to leverage this kind of information to find out the pattern of the city traffic.
To make sense of the data, the SAP Innovation Center in Nanjing is using advanced analytical algorithms on the SAP HANA platform to provide a traffic performance index system. All information flows together in one huge digital map at the smarter Nanjing Center.
In total, in our platform, in our big data traffic platform, it processes over 100 million records per day.
This helps the city in its traffic planning process and allows for fast response to traffic congestions and prediction of patterns.
For example, if there's an event, football match, or some kind of exhibition, where the people will come from, and when they leave, where will they go?
The analysis happens in a closed-loop process through smart learning functionality, which learns from prior patterns. All this to make commuting easier for the people of Nanjing.
We publish the result real-time to a mobile application so the citizens can read the real-time data to plan their travel more smoothly.
To promote the use of public transport, the My Nanjing app also uses gamification features. Every time a commuter uses the metro or a city bike, he receives a credit. At almost every metro station, city bike stations help to make commuting more comfortable and attract people to use public transport instead of their car. Smart data technology from SAP to improve the lives of commuters, not only in China, but in megacities around the world.
So guys, so that's how we did it in Nanjing, with 8 million population within the city. So how, I mean, that's crucial, right? I mean, you can imagine without IoTs, without big data, without any of that, the traffic is chaos. So there is a lot. We did not develop that at end-to-end. If you saw the innovation lab, that's where we collaborate with a lot of partners. So that's where I'm talking about today, later on, how we collaborate with partners on how we want. Because some of the areas, building app is not our specialization. It's not our, we know that you have more localized content. You know, you are the citizen. You understand what is needed. Maybe you also run some other businesses. What are the interests of the people within that city, right? So a lot of collaboration. It's not only SAP. So any of you have heard of Leonardo? Wow, okay. So SAP Leonardo is a package of how we see things related to IoTs, related to big data, related to machine learning, related to blockchain. It is not a product, it's a package. And we think that every of this single technology need to connect and provide a value to the customers. So in this, for example, in Nanjing, we have a lot of Leonardo package, a lot of IT, sensors, big data. So here we are actually showing you how it reflects back to people within the cities. So we address products, we address assets within the city, we address fleet, we address infrastructure, market, and people. So that is one of our technology that how we position it right now. And we believe that if you heard of HANA as SAP HANA, so that is the platform. If you know about any of the database technology, Oracle, DB2, SQL Server, so these are database. So HANA is our platform equivalent to that, but it is an SAP product where we build this technology, we call it a database, in-memory database. So it's a technology where the fastest way to, how to get an information at the database level or at the platform level. So that is SAP HANA. And we package it and we call it SAP Leonardo for a local council or city councils. This is a bit to show you how serious we are. We invest almost €2 billion in IoT innovations. Right? It reflects to processes, it reflects to things and people. That's where all that connected and bring the business value, because that is business value is very important to your customers. Some of our reference in Bavarian Police on how safety and security, CCTV and face recognition become an important, where you can actually, if you have a blacklisted person walking around the city, and this is not movie, this is real. We have implemented in Bavarian Police, so if they think that you are a crime suspect and they have face recognition, and you move around along the city, there is a camera with the face recognition, and when they spot you, and they will trigger the center. So the police might know this is the person, and they will analyze it. Once they analyze it, this is confirmed that person, and they will send a team to go and check it out. So you don't actually have a physical policeman walking around in the city to look for a suspect. So if you go to, in Germany, I was in Berlin 2 months ago, you hardly see a policeman walking around the city, where you only see police car with alarms that go and try and catch someone. I mean, they have identified the person. So this is how technology helps people within the cities. Good governance, of course, as I mentioned, you need to have a good back office to make sure that the city runs smoothly. So this is some of the cases that how we do it in Auckland Council. This is how we see some evolution of the cities. So you know that we are practically around here. We are so-called still silo. Some cities are starting to integrate it. City in Malaysia has improved. Some are already have blueprint and roadmaps on how they want to be a smart city, so they might be here. Some cities are very small, maybe they have less budget or maybe less priority, so they're still in silo. But remember, when this is the evolution, so take it or not, you still have to move it and collaborate with other cities. How small you are, it doesn't matter, actually. So that's how we see things. A bit of our future cities value map. So this is a bit of our solutions. I don't want to go into this. This is too detailed. And in order for us to see a smarter government, is basically to have a smarter decision and you have a smarter transaction. Sorry about that. I think projector, if it is my black slide, would have difficulty to read that. So basically you can see social media as a transaction. You can see master data. This is all coming from external, and this is basically from your internal. So that has to collaborate, and that provide a better government. That's how we see it. Yeah, thank you. That's better.
Welcome to Barcelona, a city renowned for its cultural heritage, a city that was shaped by innovators and pioneers like Gaudi and Picasso. Now, Barcelona isn't just a tourist hotspot, it's also now being referred to as a digital transformational capital as well. Now, one of the fundamentals is that Barcelona is a smart city, one of the smartest cities that is out there. The reason being because it's invested in hyper-connectivity. This investment has allowed the citizens of Barcelona to take advantage of smart traffic lights, smart bus routes, and a variety of other smart urban solutions, making it much easier to get around. Millions of visitors travel to Barcelona every single year, and they're almost now becoming much more dependent upon these mobile apps to be able to get around the city and also receive alerts at the same time.
I myself am using an application by a company called Present. It's targeting the business traveler. And what I'm able to do, because it's built upon the HANA platform, is constantly feeding the information around any potential vulnerabilities or threats that may be around me. It's using my geolocation to be able to understand exactly where the threats or vulnerabilities may be. So I'm constantly being given this information to either change my course or avoid these calamities that may be in front of me. Many cities around the world are looking to provide optimum resources and operations for their citizens, and now beginning to use HANA to be able to achieve their goals. Nanjing is running HANA to improve its traffic conditions, and Buenos Aires runs HANA and IoT sensor technology to control flooding in the city during its heavy rain periods. We've just reached an incredible milestone with our flagship product, SAP HANA. Having just launched HANA 2, we now have the ability to service the needs of both stability and agility at the same time. Every single customer can take advantage of the fantastic innovation that we can also now deliver through microservices. The Earth Observation Service, which has been co-innovated with the European Space Agency, delivers geodata that helps monitor changes on Earth. Risk management companies and smart cities could use this service to process satellite and weather data to predict potential damage or show damage over time. Cities like Barcelona can become even smarter. They'll be able to provide even greater benefits to their citizens and of course the tourists. I look forward to coming back here again in the future.
Right. Thank you. If you realize that this is some of our framework on how we do things. I mean, we need to be optimized, we need to extend our value, and we need to innovate. Keep on innovating. And we can't innovate ourselves without collaborating with others. So I'm going to share with you some of our co-innovation approach. So this is basically the second part of my presentation. I've actually explained to you how aggressive we are, SAP, in future cities. In the latest trend, we're addressing the citizen needs. We're addressing various stakeholders within the cities, right? But we can't do that alone. So this is where we have SAP Co-Innovation Lab. So we call it SAP Co-Innovation Lab. Basically, we believe that partners and SAP will actually structure a guided and global approach. This is to produce innovation solution with a shorter time frame to the market, and also reduce the risk across the full of SAP portfolio. Because we believe by doing collaboration, I mean, you have something that you have developed. I'm not sure how many startups or entrepreneurs or maybe whoever that is studying right now, it is in IT industry. IT, software, no? Okay. Okay, the reason I asked about that, because if you ever think about, or maybe you have, SAP is a software company, so we help customers and we collaborate with startups or entrepreneurs or partners to build an extension of what we have. So the methodology of this is basically looking at what are you having in the market? You might have not only IT solutions, but maybe you build devices, you build related to any technology that relate to certain industry. Maybe manufacturing, maybe a retail industry, name it. Because SAP doesn't go like only IT. We do across industry. So we do accept co-innovation. So whatever products that we think is relevant can be an extension of what we have. So that will be our partner solutions. So there is a process to that, which I will explain to you later. So there is a co-innovation methodology. There is, of course, a legal framework. Then we build the architecture. Then we build the system landscape. Then we move on until how we want to market the product to the customers, right? We have a collaboration even with, like I mentioned just now, Mercedes. So they are not an IT company, but they are auto industry, right? So we collaborate with those guys. By putting a smart software into the car, we actually bring a lot of value to the user. So that's how we see things. So there is a lot of benefit to that, to the partners. So it's basically, you can do prototyping with agile approach. So you're going to have the opportunity to do it at our innovation lab. Of course, a faster time to market, decrease your development time. If you think that you want to go into something smart, something different, not the actual retail or manufacturing industry that you usually do. You want to be cross-industry, be able to collaborate with other industry to bring more value to your product. So that's where the time to market will be much faster, right? You don't have to learn about IT to do this. You can adopt whatever that we have developed, and we look at maybe what are the value that you can bring into our software or our solutions, right? Of course, you get a lot of benefits, development costs, dedicated knowledge, transfer. We have a consultant who's going to sit with you and advise you what would be the best approach or the best practices in the market. Ongoing project support during the co-innovation session, and also you have a license to a SAP Extended Expert Network. So we have experts across the globe. Just to share with you, our expert is not an IT expert. We have a defense expert who is an ex-army. We have a healthcare expert, which is an ex-practitioner. We have an education expert who is coming from, I would say, university. So they are not an IT background. IT is just a technology that you need to learn, but the knowledge from your respective industry is key, right? So these are a bit of how we do it in co-innovation, the structure approach. We need to ideate, we need to think of it, what would be the plan that we want to do. We enable it and we build it together. So, and we build it as a partner solution. Okay, this is the detail of that. So basically, it's ideation, and we commit that we're going to do this. There is a requirement to that, and you will enable you guys on what you need to learn. We build it, and we showcase it. SAP have every year international showcase. So you get an opportunity to showcase your product in our conference globally, where customers around the world are there. So a potential collaboration, not only with SAPs, but to market your product to a potential customer around the globe. And of course, we hand over it to you as your end product. So this is we call it COIL, Co-Innovation Lab. Some of our co-innovation lab around the globe, Palo Alto, Newtown Square, Sao Paulo. So I think we have almost around 17. I've been to Waldorf, Shanghai, Singapore. Yeah. So it's cool, man. That co-innovation lab is like where you can test it out, whatever you think is possible. Some of our global sponsors, members and customers. So you can see they are not IT companies, right? They are not IT companies. But they need technology to enhance whatever their product is. That is important in the new era. You can check it out, the website, have all the information that I shared with you. What are the engagement, what are the programs, what are the things that we do with some of our success co-innovation product with our partners. And I'm going to share with you one of the program. This is just one of the program. We call it SAP IoT Partner Co-Innovation Program. So this is on IoT, just for IoT. This is the recent thing that I think, I'm not sure, I hope you guys know about IoTs, right? So we see from things and we drive it from things to outcomes. So this is how we do it in IoT's program. So we need to know, means that we need to build the journey, things, we need to be able to understand what is the outcome and evolve, and we create that, right? Okay, you can get this in the COIL website. These are the programs. I may not want to read this, so we basically build the IoT application, and of course, this is to bring the drive of the growth. Some of the journey that we go for it, let me just take you through. Okay, so even in IoT, so we identify what are the asset data that we have, or you have, or I have. Then we prepare with some more information and get more insights. We build the product and we showcase the product, and of course, we try to go to that market. Okay, so you have all this in COIL. I've been given a note. So you also can reach out to me if you want to know more about co-innovation lab with SAP, right? So we welcome startups, entrepreneurs, companies, partners to work with us. It is a short engagement thing, 6-month kind of programs, build it. We basically know how we want, we do a lot of this stuff, so we could advise you. Of course, there is some requirements on our end, and we go through that process. Okay? Do I get a Q&A session or no? Okay, right.
All right, round of applause for Hazmin, Rahim, everybody. Thank you so much for presenting in front of everybody. Now we're going to open up the Q&A session. Unfortunately, due to limited time, we can only have 2 questions. So, anybody?
Hi, I'm Zafwan. I would like to know about smart cities under your perspective.
Okay.
How about on the energy elements in the smart city? Do you also involve with that? Because I know Cisco, part of your partners, they have developments on energy elements in the smart city. What about the SAP itself?
Can you understand what do you mean by energy development? Sorry, can you just be more specific on that?
Yeah, okay. Because you're providing solution as a platform.
That's right.
Smart
That's
city.
right. That's right.
I go through like IBM, Cisco. They have a platform. They also have a focus on the energy elements. But in your presentations, do you also
collaborate with?
Look into the energy elements in the developments of smart city program and the ACP?
Yes, we do. You mean we provide the energy of going.
You have like transportations, mobility. What about
Yes.
the energy?
Sorry, the energy?
Yeah.
Okay, let me understand that. On whatever the solutions that we provide under smart cities, respective any industries or specification, we do work with partners like Cisco, IBM. We do if it is not end-to-end, it can be a complementary to what they already have. That's fine, because we always integrate and collaborate. So any respective specification on industry, that's fine. We always, we have that. We have that. But if you want examples, I need to dig out. Right.
Okay, can we get another question? One last question before we wrap this up. No? Okay, so another round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so just to remind everybody, once you filled your survey forms, you can pass it to the registration counter right up front, or you can put it in the survey box that is next to the registration counter. And don't forget to take all of your belongings with you. Any rubbish that you had, please throw it at the dustbin that is located outside of the hall. Thank you everybody so much. I hope you feel inspired, because that is what we're trying to do for you guys.